Hello everyone, good morning. It has been a minute since I turned on the camera. It is Wednesday. This whole past weekend was dominated by my sister's girlfriend's wedding. This whole past weekend was dominated by my girlfriend's sister's wedding. And we finished moving in last weekend, or we finished moving all of our stuff out. We still have a ton to move in. So all that to say, filming took the back seat and I straight up took like 5 days off working out. But we are back, ready to go. I didn't film earlier this week because I wasn't feeling the best, but we had a quick like 3 3/4 mile run Monday. I lifted yesterday and we are back in it the next couple days with some running. So I thought I would take you with me along for the rest of the week now that I'm a little bit recovered. It is week 6 of 50K training and it is 129 days until my race. So that's crazy because right now it feels like I'm so far away from running 50 kilometers to the wilderness. But I guess we're here and we're ready to go. It is almost 8 a.m. I've had a bit of a later start than usual because I was catching us up on some sleep. And not last night, but the night before, I had like the worst sleep of my life. And then last night I had all of these nightmares and like woke up 5 million times because it was storming, but my watch hasn't updated yet, so I don't actually know how much sleep I got. But either way, running a little late this morning. So at some point I have to squeeze in a 4-mile run with some striders. So I might do that in the morning and log on a little late, or I might do that on the treadmill at the gym. Okay, so we are heading off on our run. We're gonna be a little bit against the gun because I gotta get this run done on like my early lunch break and then head over to my little event. Got some work done this morning. We are ready to go. I'm in my usual airy running fit as usual. You can see all of our as of yet unpacked boxes behind me from when we moved 2 weeks ago. I fully expect this run to be horrendous because the humidity right now is like a joke, and I guess we're just gonna see how we survive. It is hot as balls already. We're 2.5 miles in, feeling a lot better actually. The sun came out, which means the humidity burnt off. That means I'm dealing with sun. I really considered bailing and doing it in the treadmill later, but I just need to get used to the heat if I want to run outside at all the next, 2 months. Okay, we finished. I did striders at the end. I did not actually get any footage as I'd hoped because I felt like I was dying. You can see the stats, or maybe you can't because of the sun. My face is gonna be so red when I pull up to this event in an hour. And it's also downtown, so like I low-key don't know how I'm gonna get there. Like I might drive halfway and then walk the other half. I could scooter. That's kind of expensive to BH. You can see how I doused myself in water. Maybe not appropriate for YouTube. Back away. As always, I immediately get into the house. I drink coconut water. This thing saves my life every single run. Hello everyone, it is later in the day. I am about to head out on a walk with my friend, though I fear we're going to get rained on. I did not film after my run because I felt so garbo. I have no idea what happened. But I'm finished my run and I felt tired and warm but fine. And I just felt like I got in, drank my coconut water, felt fine, got upstairs to stretch and immediately felt terrible, nauseous, dizzy, just not good. So I ate some food and my heart rate was super high. My heart rate was easy 130, 140 at rest. So I drank some Gatorade Zero and ate some crackers and then had some food because I didn't know if my blood sugar was low or if I had heat exhaustion or what. But we ended up feeling okay, and an hour or so later
I had to go to my event. And even at the event for the first little bit, I was like feeling like very weak and like woozy. And I feel fine now. Like I had a cup of tea and like ate food and cleaned my office and everything. And now I'm obviously out for a walk after watching some TV. But like I have no idea what that was, but I felt really bad. That's never happened before. So I don't know if I was just really hot or dehydrated or what. Maybe that was a little bit too warm. Like, I guess I'm glad I did it, but maybe I will not be doing striders at noon when it's like 87 degrees and sunny. Yeah, noted. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is bright and early, 6:53 a.m. We are on our way to go get a coffee. It is actually nice out for once, even though the temperature is going to skyrocket to 90. Summer training has officially begun and we are going to be training in the heat. I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely gave myself a sunburn on my run yesterday. I am feeling a little crispy this morning, but that's fine. We're doing our workouts indoors today. I have the day off, so I'm gonna get myself a little coffee, journal a little bit, and then we're gonna head to the gym where I'm gonna do 40 minutes of stair stepper. This is my vert training for the week. Last week, my vert training was just hills, like running up and down the same hill outside a bunch of times. But I think the stair stepper will more simulate the climbing that I'll experience on the actual trail, because I've been really bad at getting hills in on my long runs. And that's something I'm debating with myself internally for this long run coming up this weekend. I'm like, do I stick to my nice long flat trail that has maybe max like 150 feet of elevation gain, or do I commit and go on an actual hard trail? The jury is still out. So I was gonna lift, but decided to call it quits after doing like a couple prehab exercises because I have therapy in 10 minutes. Classic girl moment. I grabbed one of these That's It bars at the gym. Love these. And then I have my Huel that I've been sipping on this morning. And yeah, feel okay. Oh my gosh, you can hear the clanking of my cans. Feeling good. Did 40 minutes on the stair stepper, and I'm excited because I'm so sorry for the shaking of my car. I'm excited because when I started training, I literally could only make 20 minutes on the stair stepper. Like I could not make it even 30. So I feel glad that my fitness is improving in that noticeable way, because especially right now, we're on week 6. We have literally 18 weeks to go. So it's a long road and it's very intimidating to see like how much my fitness needs to increase. So it's kind of nice to have that. This is why my car is clanking, because I'm an evil person and should not be allowed to own a vehicle with this mess.
I'm sorry for like my dirty shirt. These are my pajamas. But I have my pathetic excuse for lunch, which is just chickpea pasta, a variety of frozen vegetables, and then at the bottom you can see veggie Fairlife sausage. No one's ever said, Kara, you're the greatest cook ever. But I can feed myself.
Good morning, everyone. We are on our way to a trail for our trail long run. Maybe. Solid maybe. It is Friday morning. It's about 7 a.m. If I'm doing my long run, I really should be an hour earlier, but 6 a.m. is the earliest we could get out of bed. That's all I can say. So today is Friday. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for the camera angle. I'm like, I don't actually have a proper camera, so I'm just mounting my phone on my dash. Don't worry, I'm being very safe. So today we're driving to a trail just like 20 minutes away, and we're gonna do our run because today is the coolest it's going to be all weekend. It's like a nice high 60s right now at 7 a.m., which is a very comfortable temperature to run in. Tomorrow and Sunday at like 6 a.m. it's gonna feel like it's in the 70s and it's gonna be a lot more humid. So would I love to do my 10-mile long run today? Yes. Does my body feel like it wants to do a 10-mile long run today? No. So we have our Nathan water bottle just filled with water, although I have a full sugar Gatorade in the car. I don't think I'm going to be sweating a ton, so I just bought regular water. And I have my I dropped that too. Okay, I have my 3 usual gels. I have 1 birthday cake and then 2 of these blueberry pomegranate, which have caffeine. So we'll see if I end up using these. I also have applesauce in the car for a little post-run snack. So first 30 minutes done, 2 miles, ready for a gel. At this pace, oh my gosh, I just pulled something in my arm. Hold on. If you can believe it, I just hurt something in my left shoulder from carrying my water bottle. I say hurt, it just hurt a little. I'm fine now. But anyway, time for first gel. And this one has caffeine because God knows I need it. We are 4.5 miles in. I'm in a nice little flat section right now. I feel so much better after taking that gel. It's unbelievable. We are absolutely gonna send 10 miles today. We'll be a little late logging on to work, but it's Friday. That's fine. I really need to get some sort of apparatus where I can like hold my phone and film while talking, because sticking my arm out is like making me pant, you know? I was casual before this, but with the arm out, whew, we are at the halfway point, cracking open birthday cake to celebrate. We are exactly on time, which is great. Very pleased about this. I'm definitely gonna need to find alternate fueling ideas, because I think 3 gels, so like hour and a half, 2 hours, about as much as I can stomach. The trail's mostly flat, so we're side questing to get some vert in. Well, I guess this is mostly flat too, but up ahead there's a pretty good climb. That's the main trail. Here I am. I do worry that I'm not getting enough vert in. The problem is that the trails that are really hilly are a lot more remote, and I don't necessarily feel safe being on them alone super early in the morning. But this time of year, the only time to run without dying is super early in the morning. And when I say I don't feel safe, I don't realistically think that anything's gonna happen to me. But it is just the kind of thing where like, I'm a very small, physically, young looking young woman, and I don't want to be running alone on trails not super populated when there's really literally no one who looks like me running alone. And by looks like me, I don't mean white women. There are a lot of white women, but like younger women. So I stepped in a giant mud puddle. While I'm on this run, I'm not doing my long runs with music because I'm a psychopath, which is actually very peaceful. But I'm on this run and I'm thinking about how I'm only 6 weeks into training. I have like literally 18 weeks left. So I'm only a quarter of the way. But I feel like I've learned and improved so much. And I want to talk about it, but I physically don't think I can with my phone. So I'll wait till I'm in the car. We've had a bunch of storms recently, as you can see. This is the trail. It's also Mosquito City. I'll be honest. I will be honest. I have 1.25 miles to go. I want to be done. I would love to be done. The trail's absolutely beautiful though, so we can make it through another 20 minutes. Am I not like the luckiest person to be able to just spend a couple hours in the morning running alongside this? We have our stats. Our stats right here. Wow guys, all I can say is slay! We literally ran 10 miles at like 7 in the morning and now we're driving home and I'm gonna log on to work. I feel like I've lived 500 lives. I've consumed approximately 100% of my daily sugar intake from my gels. And yeah, that is just like so sick. That is so cool. I thought I'd take some time to talk about kind of my 50K training experience so far. I sincerely hope the audio is not horrendous, because because I'm actively in my car. So if it is really bad, I'll just refilm it when I get home. But I wanted to do it while I was actually running, but crucially, I cannot hold my phone and run and not sound like I'm gasping for air. Just to reiterate, my intentions of 50K training is I want to prove that I can do hard things. I want a source of structure and challenge and a goal in my life, since honestly every other part of my life feels kind of crazy. Like it's like the classic, like I'm turning 26 in a month and I have no idea what I'm doing in my personal life or professional life or anything. And it feels like everything's a disaster and like none of what I'm doing is correct, which is, I feel, typical for being in your mid-20s. And I just wanted like something to get me through a really weird transition of my life and have something to structure my days, focus on, everything like that. I think the really cool thing about 50K training so far is, even though I'm really not doing a ton of mileage yet, my weekly long runs are always an adventure. It's getting me outside and not being able to stare at a phone. It's structuring my weeks in a way where I know that I'm gonna have to have an hour or two a day to work out, unless it's a rest day, like with between running and like prehab work and stretching and all of that, yoga. It's really providing a structure to my days. And it's getting me outside, it's getting me adventurous. And it's very cool to feel myself getting fitter, even incrementally. The challenges, which I can only assume are going to increase, I'm finding it really, really difficult to do anything more than like one lifting session a week. Like maybe one lifting session, one yoga session, just because like between work and a relationship and like social life, it's kind of difficult. That's another thing. I find that I'm not part of I do run club every Monday. I have for the past couple weeks. But like my long runs and my lifting sessions and all of that are by myself, which is a little challenging because I don't have any like trail running friends. I'm not involved in that community at all. And I know there's people around here who would be interested in that. I just haven't like really reached out to find them. And having socializing along with exercising is really important to me. That's why I love climbing. That's why I really like my Monday run club. And I just don't really have that. So it is not fostering social connection, shall we say. I will say, as far as recovery is going, I think my diet has definitely gotten better. I'm eating vegetables and fruit and protein and enough carbs. I'm pretty sure I'm eating enough. I do like loosely track what I eat, nothing like crazy, but I do like to have a general idea. And I was fully expecting, so my last half marathon, I ended up gaining weight just because the amount I was running made me hungrier than what I was burning. But it went back to normal after, like within a month after I stopped training, within a month or two. So when I started training for this, I was fully expecting like, oh, the next 6 months, like I'm probably gonna gain weight. But I haven't. Even though I feel like I'm eating like a maniac, I feel like I'm eating to sustain my weight and not lose any more weight. Like, it doesn't really bother me either way. But that's just was counter to what I was expecting, honestly. My sleep is okay. I definitely should be getting more sleep. I'd love, in an ideal world, I'd love to be getting a full 8 hours of sleep every single night. That's not happening. I'm getting like an average of 7 hours, which, like, I feel well rested, but like I should be getting more sleep. And since we're still in the early days, I really haven't found training to interfere so much with like the rest of my life. You know, I'm still hanging out with friends. I'm still like managing work, relationship, house stuff. Like all is pretty good, especially because the past couple of weeks I have not been doing all my weekend traveling like I was earlier this spring. But I do think as the summer goes on, especially as like it gets hotter and, you know, I'm visiting my parents for 4th of July weekend, and I'm hosting a birthday party and all these other things like that. I do think in the next month or two, things might get a little tough. We have a puppy. We have Gatorade Zero. We have Huel. And we have, of course, applesauce. Ugh, I so do not want to have anything sweet, but it's nice that this is actually fruit and not like processed sugar. I'm gonna do a quick rinse off, and then I so badly need to hop onto work. I was sending emails from the car. So my work's pretty flexible, but like I do have to be working, unfortunately. I wish I had one of those work from home jobs that was just like 20 minutes and you're done. Unfortunately, I do have tasks I must complete. Even though I have to be in the office or in person like 2 to 3 days a week, those extra 2 days is huge. And especially because it is like pretty flexible. Like if I want, for example, to do a run in the morning, and then like Wednesday, I can do a run on like a long lunch break because I have worked from home in the morning, and then I just have to go to an event to cover in the afternoon. Like it's really, really flexible. So I definitely have that privilege. If I had to work 8 to 5 in person 5 days a week with a commute, we'd be having a different chat right now. That's it for today. I'll maybe hop in later, show you what I eat. Besides this, I had a very impressive hot dog at a restaurant yesterday. I didn't film it though. I regret it. It was fantastic. Okay guys, I'll talk to you later.